Hello, everybody. Welcome to Orgasmica, the podcast where we talk all about sexuality, sensuality, healing, among other many things without restrictions or taboos. I am just coming down from a hike and I wanted to upload this episode today. It is a class life class that I taught at We All Grow Latina. I don't know if you know about this beautiful, amazing community of Latinas. They are amazing. This is a beautiful, beautiful, amazing community called Amigas. And I was invited to teach at their summit, but also I was invited to teach a class, a life class online. And I think there's some beautiful, amazing nuggets in there. It is in English and I wanted to share it because I think we touch on a lot of beautiful things. There were many questions that they were asking me live and I tried to answer them all. I really, really hope that you enjoy this episode. And like always, please rate and review. It really helps us get up in the top so people can discover this podcast because I feel like all these subjects are so needed. And if you want to send it to somebody else because you really enjoy it or you feel like somebody in your community will benefit from hearing this specific class, please send it. And I'll see you on the other side. Yes, awesome, wonderful. Hi. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Virginia Novello. My company is Sacred Alchemia. I am a certified breathwork tantric teacher. I got certified in Tantra, and I love talking about these themes, these subjects of sexuality or body, our deliciousness of pleasure, how they can help us in every part of our life, including building our business. I am originally from Guadalajara, Mexico. Mi familia, it's over there. I'm the only one who lives in Los Angeles. And I go to Mexico quite a lot because I have nieces and nephews. And so I go back quite a bit. And I teach over there too. My Instagram is mainly in Spanish, although I'm trying to put translations and everything and subtitles and everything, because I do believe like our community really truly needs content that is not taboo about our sexuality, about our bodies, and about how we live within our bodies. And in Spanish, there's not a lot. A lot of it that it's out there is very clinical and it's from doctors and psychologists, which is amazing. Any kind of content that talks about sexuality, I'm totally up for. But it's not necessarily just, let's just kind of talk it through. And let's just kind of talk about sexuality the way is, the way we talk about food or whatever else, other things. So any questions that you have, you can type it in the chat. I'll be seeing the chat. I'll be watching you guys. And I have a very exciting subject today, which is how we can create from within our bodies and our pleasure and our sexualities, our life and our business. And this is something that I have learned over many times and through many different ways. And Tantra is definitely a one that talks very much so about the feminine energy, because Tantra is the feminine as well. It's very the feminine energy. And so we'll be talking about those two things. First off, I want to start with, I always start with like blessing the space. So I have my candle over here. And I want to tap, since we're going to be talking about our bodies, right? I want to tap into our bodies. So even if this is the first breath that you take, the first like intentional breath that you take today, let's do that. Let's put one hand in our chest, the other one in your womb. And then let's take a deep breath from your womb into your chest and out your mouth. Again, from your womb into your chest, into your heart. Open that chest and out your mouth. And one more time. Intentional breathing. Such medicine to breathe intentionally. All right. So thank you for breathing with me. We're going to start with this. I want to start talking to you guys about that. I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk the feminine and the masculine energy. I'm talking about energy. I'm not talking about gender. When I'm talking about the feminine and the masculine, I'm talking about the energy. These are two contrasting energies that we all humans, we all have. We all have within ourselves. We all embody in certain kind of ways and others. And it's not about gender specific. Then also going to be talking about certain parts that are gender specific, which is womb havers, women that were born with wombs. And the reason why I talked about this, even though my work is very inclusive, I try to include every type of gender and sexuality and sexual orientation, but that is also including that, right? Womb havers have specific certain type of codes within our bodies, and I also talk about that. All right, so when I talk about the feminine and the masculine energy, people get a little bit confused because we don't really know what it is, the feminine and the masculine energy. And so let's start talking about one of the posts that I did in Amigas this week was about the masculine energy and the toxic traits that it has, and then the really healthy or divine traits that it has. So the masculine, we all inhabit certain parts of it, are not necessarily very healthy. And there are other parts that are very healthy that we don't necessarily know that it's masculine and we don't embody. So let's start with that. Anybody wants to type in the chat what would be masculine toxic trait? Not men, masculine energy trait. I see Iris is typing. Thank you, Iris. I'm going to give you one, which is controlling. Oh my God, control. There you go. We're on the same page. Yes, control. The masculine is not controlling. And how many are we as women, as here in this space, embody this type of like, I want to control everything. I need to control everything in order for me. No, the masculine, the divine part of the masculine is actually holding. It holds space. It can contain. It's a container for you to like express your feelings. When I do a certain type of meditations, I have everybody get penetrated that energy, masculine energy, so you can like really bring earth down and then earth up. So then your feminine can move and explore, but it can just be grounded, rooted, right? The situation is that the system that we all live in, the system of the world, lives mostly, the majority of the system as a whole, we live in the toxic masculine, which is the go, 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 don't stop, see everybody as your competition. If you don't keep moving, if you don't keep producing, you are not worthy of. If you have to keep like seeing everybody as competition and do whatever it takes, right? Like whether that is like pushing somebody off, like whether that is like, not sleeping, not taking care of yourself, whatever it takes, that is the message that we're constantly receiving. That is a toxic masculine, because a toxic masculine knows also when to bring in their feminine energy, which is the rest, which is the expansion, which is the let me receive. And then that exactly hustle culture. That hustle culture really truly does not benefit anybody except for a couple of people on the top. This system that we're in does not benefit everybody except from people on the top. If you build your business on hustle culture, if you get burned out, who is that benefiting? Because I've been there. I've been in a place where I had 17 jobs, and let's also talk what it does to our bodies. Let's talk to our bodies. That hustle culture is the cortisol. By the way, I'm going to admit, hello, my name is Virginia Novello, and I'm addicted to cortisol. I always say that because I am. Because from a young age, I experienced that shoot of adrenaline. Cortisol is this hormone that shoots up in your body, and is the adrenaline that makes you want to do everything, and you feel powerful, and like you can, lift cars up, and like you can do all of your things and all of this stuff. That hormone is just meant to be in our bodies for about 30 minutes because it was meant for, if a tiger is chasing you, you run away for 30 minutes. Either you run away or the tiger will eat you. And that was it. And then you will rest and chill and da-da-da. But we're running with this hormone over and over and over and over and over. And it's highly addictive. They have found that it's actually more addictive than heroin, that
substance in our body. So I am hugely addicted to it. I love the feeling, and I have to completely have it in checked, because when I start walking fast, when I start moving in a fast pace, I can feel the cortisol now in my body being like, my husband would say, I think you're cortisoling out. And I know what that means. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I know what that means. What I don't like, even if it does feel so powerful in the moment, what is the price of living like that? It's very big, because the price is your health. Your price is your mental health. Your price is your body. Your price is the disconnection to your body. That's a huge price to pay to get that little hit of adrenaline. It's very big. Yes, our breath is the antidote of cortisol. Thank you, Anna. Absolutely, 100%. That's what Tantra is all about, breathing and movement. All the meditations have breath and movement, because it's also the breath and the movement are the ways to come back into our bodies. It's a way to come back. So let's talk a little bit about the feminine energy. There's the toxic feminine energy. What is the toxic feminine energy? Anybody that wants to participate, please put on in the chat. I'm going to start telling you what the overgiver. Yes, it's the overgiver. It's the person that doesn't know how to rest. It's the victim. Everything happens, or like, do you want help? No. I can do it all by myself. I can do it all. Because the system has taught us that if we do it all without any help, we're more valuable than a person who asks for help. Except we are created to create life in community, not by yourself. You were never meant to do this on your own, not have children. You were never meant to have children on your own. It's a community. It's a tribe. It requires that. You were never meant to do life, partnership, business, anything on your own. And for some reason, this culture gives more praise for people that are like, self-made, self this, self that. It's part of it's part of the toxic masculine. It's like, you can do it on your own. The feminine knows exactly when to ask for community, for help, knows that together we're more powerful, because that's how we were meant to be. I love women's circles. I give women's circles, and I partake in women's circles, because it's all about that. It is just so all about that, right? This is the way we were meant to be. And then all of a sudden, what happened? Yes, our feminine, it's a web. What happened? They separated us. The worst thing that they could have done, except for burning us, because that's what also they did to all these women that were really in touch with their bodies, were separate us and then pinning us one against the other, is seeing each other as competition. That's one of the worst things that they could have done to us, because that's when community started separating, because it was about how we can look the best on the outside, but inside you're lonely, you're breaking down, you feel alone, because you're never meant to do it like this. And we do need a community of women to do this. We need a community of women to be in our bodies, to talk about our bodies and our sexuality. Who did you talk to your sexuality with the most? Probably other women, right? Probably other women that were like, hey, this is what's going on with me. Okay, like let's figure this out together. Well, that should be life. And the system is not built for that. So in order for us to step out of the status quo, step out of that system and getting back into our bodies, it requires that healthy feminine. It requires the world, not just women, but the world, also men, to get back into their feminine energy, to get back into the community, to also get back into their hearts. That's what I teach men. Like men were shut down from here. Women were shut down for our vaginas. We were cut off from that purposely, and men were shut up from here. And so the work that I do with men is, it's okay to open your heart. It's okay to be penetrated by your heart, through your heart. Men get penetrated here, and then they give through their penis, but it should be from here through there, right? It's not just from here, which is the problem where people think that sex is just about your sex organs, when in reality, sexuality and sex is about your whole body. It's about the energy. The sexual energy is the energy that creates the world. It's the reason why you're here. Sexual energy is the energy of creativity. It's where all your best ideas come from. It's where you come from. You come from sexual energy. It's where worlds are created and worlds are destroyed, right? And that's the energy that we should be tapping into more often, not just your head. I know you have beautiful ideas. I know you have beautiful, amazing things that you think come from your head, but the best of your ideas truly come from your body. And here is the most beautiful thing. A woman that is embodied is a woman that is to be reckoned with. Why? Why? Because you can't tell me, you can't sell me something that I don't need, that I don't want, an idea, a philosophy, a life, if I know what my body needs and feels. You can sell me a diet. You can't sell me a specific workout that everybody's doing if I know what my body wants and needs. I have been in many, many sizes all through my life, skinnier, heavier. Right now, I am the most embodied in my body that I've ever been. And it's not the skinniest or fittest that I've ever been. It's the most in my body that I've ever been, because I'm listening to it. And what did I need to do to be able to listen to it? The basis of it, the basis of really, truly, truly listening to me is really having a beautiful, compassionate, loving relationship towards my body. How can I want to being in touch with my body? Women go, hey, I want to have more pleasure. I want to have a better sex life. Amazing. What is your relationship with your body? What do you mean? Like when you look in the mirror naked, like what do you say? What are the first things that come up to your mind? Oh, no. I don't look myself in the mirror naked. No. But why? But that's the relationship that you have with your body. How many times do you look in the mirror with the hand mirror to your vulva? How many times are you looking at your vulva? No, what do you mean? No, I shouldn't. Why are you not looking at the powerhouse that you have in between your legs? Why are you not in touch, deeply touch in that space of creation? Like that's, you don't have just like a hole between your legs. It's not just a hole. It is a portal of life and death. Every month, something dies, something comes out, there's blood, there's pain, with also comes like a rebirthing of yourself, a death of yourself. And then it's a pleasure, it's the life, it's like, your vulva changes every single week. Every single week, your vulva changes. Did you know that? A lot of you probably don't know that because you're not looking at your vulva. So please do yourself a favor and look at your vulva. Look at your body. So what is that relationship that you have with it? And it's not like love yourself above all. It's not that. You can want to improve certain things about yourself, but if you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're going, would you have a relationship with somebody that talks to you that way? Would you have a relationship to somebody that says, no, you look fat, you look ugly, that's disgusting, look at that cellulite? Look, I wouldn't. If somebody outside myself would talk to me like that, I'll be like, fuck off, move along. So then why do I accept that to myself, to talk to myself like that? The basis of having the most amazing sexual life and life in general is the connection to your body. The basis of connecting with your body is the way you experience, see, and are truly within your body. What is being in your body? It's truly being in the 5 senses of your body. The majority of us are in our head the majority of the time. Creating lists, I did this, I did that. Okay, next, grocery shopping, laundry, da. How much of your day are you in your body? How much of the day are you creating a practice where you are in your body? And not because, the workout that you have to do, the workout is fine, but also are you listening to your body on what kind of workout it's feeling good? Or are you punishing yourself? Are you working out because you ate a piece of cake and then all of a sudden you're like, now I need to do like 30 minutes of and punishing your body for it? Or every movement that you do, you can find pleasure in it because your body feels great doing that movement. All of those little steps count. Now, a woman that is in her body, a woman that knows how to rest, is a woman that is magnetic. It's a man and a woman. Honestly, men too. I just really want to see more Latino women being like millionaires and billionaires because we can change the world. And I don't want to see us trying to fit into a space and trying to put an armor that is the toxic masculine and going out into the world and pretending to be that and cutting half of ourselves, which is the feminine, because we think feminine is weak, because we think feminine is subservient, because we think feminine is not appreciated in the world. Make it appreciated. We're gonna make people appreciate it. Why? Because a woman that is truly her sexuality knows. I know when to rest. That's has changed my life. Why? Because now I attract more things from that space. You know, my mom always says like, "Ay, mira, tu vida tan hermosa," like you're going into the beach and just laying down. Well, laying down on the beach once a week, it's part of my job. Why? Because that's where I get a lot of downloads for my clients and a lot of downloads for next courses and a lot of downloads for my life. Like that is part of receiving. Our bodies are meant to receive. And I hear a lot of women going, I want to receive more abundance. I want to receive more. I want to receive. And what are you doing? You're just going. Do you know how to receive? Every time somebody wants to help you with something, you go, no. It's fine, I can. Every time somebody wants to, like a friend wants to pay the check for you, you go, no, I got this. So do you know how to receive? Do you know how to receive a compliment? Do you know how to receive rest? Do you know how to receive pleasure? Yes, our job is to place ourselves in a sacred container to receive. Amen. Yes, Anna. Yes. And that sacred container is your body. It's yourself. Your job is to come back to yourself. Embodied means to be in your body. And it's a word that is catching on fire recently because people are like, what do you mean embodied? You know, everybody's in their head so much. But you can make it, yes, an era of receiving, please. It's hard for people that are on hustle mode to receive. Yes, Mayra, it's hard for everybody. It's hard for almost 98% of the women in my life. Even women, you know, especially women that have children, and I go, hey, let me take care of your kids. No. Why would you do that? Because I want to, because I love your children and I wanna. You cannot even receive that. Like, that's how we used to, you know, I grew up kind of like that. My family, they live within a block from each other, all of them. And my aunts will pick me up from school. And every weekend I was at my grandparents. And I honestly can say that I had like 4 mothers around me. That's my mom's sisters were all around me. And they raised me as well. I got a lot of things from them since my childhood. And I learned how to be an aunt that way because that's why I go to Mexico every 3 months, because I pick up all my nieces and nephews from school and I'm teaching them how to breathe. And like, I am also raising them. But this is the way we're meant to do this. And so when the kids, especially my friends here in the US, when I go, hey, let me take care of your kids, like, let me pay you. No, I want to take care of your kids. I want you to receive what I'm giving you. It's a disservice also to me that you're not letting me give. Give is also delicious. But you know what's even more delicious? Giving when I know how to receive. Because I also receive so much from so many places. Then when I give, I just do it with so much pleasure. Because I'm so full of all the things that I do receive. How can we learn how to receive? That's beautiful, beautiful question. I would say we're going to start with the body, right? Do you know how to calm your nervous system? Breath is a beautiful way to calm your nervous system, whether it is the square breathing, which is you breathe through your nose 4, you hold 4, you exhale 4, you hold like that. So we can calm our nervous system. Why can we receive? Because we're always in like some shit's about to happen. Like shit is gonna always happen. And like we see the news and we see social media and like there's a strike and there's this and there's that. Something is always immediate attention, right? Like there's 17 emails in your account that require like huge immediate attention. So then you're always into that adrenaline, into that stress. So first we need to calm your nervous system. We need to just calm it down. So then we can really truly see, what is my body trying to tell me? And it's a whole process, right? To coming back to our body, because our body holds trauma. Our body holds a lot of stuff. And our body, you know, we go to therapy, we figure out the mind, and I like to say desmenuzar, you know, it's like we go little by little into the things that have happened to us in our lives, and we want to understand it logically, and that's beautiful. But also, the body records all of it. So part of breathing is getting, like, it's scientifically proven that when you do when breath comes in, you release certain things. And so then, you know, a lot of my clients, when I start with them, I go, okay, like, let's breathe. They're like, we're just doing a breathing and movement. All of a sudden they're like, oh, I have cramps. What am I having cramps? Like you're releasing something. And like a client had like a half of a day of cramps without, her period was not close enough at all. It was just, she's releasing and the womb is releasing. And a lot of the things that we hold into every space in our body is releasing. We need to release first in order to come back. And then the way you come back is through your senses. And then the way you come back is through your pleasure. And I'm not just talking about sexual pleasure, because sexuality is not just about sex. Sexuality, it's about how you live your life. Sexuality, it's about how you eat. Are you enjoying the delicious things that you're putting in your mouth as food? Are you enjoying the walk that you do in the neighborhood, or you are in your head, right? Are you enjoying the shower? Showering should be such a sacred space. Such a sacred space. Why? Because all your senses are activated. There's like water coming through and like soap and sensations in your body and naked and you by yourself. But the majority of us take a shower just like thinking, oh, I have to do this. I have to send this email. I have to do that. If you're listening to music, you're just like, where is the senses? Why are we so disconnected? That's because we're so disconnected from our body. Make your shower sacred space. Make your shower the moment where you truly touch yourself. You might be just touching yourself that moment in that day. And maybe you don't touch yourself again until like night, you know? Maybe other people touch you. If you have kids, they touch you all the time. Maybe your partner touches you, but when do you really truly touch yourself? And showering is a great way, you know? It's like, touch yourself with loving, beautiful energy. Thank every single part of your body. Thank you. And not only are you giving yourself the touch, but you're also receiving the touch. Let me see what's in the chat. Really helped me when I started on my conscious journey years ago was when I realized that me being close to receiving meant I wasn't allowing others to pleasure of giving. Yes, yes. I love to give. Who doesn't love to give? And it feels really awful when you want to give somebody something and they go, no, no, no. Like, okay, thanks for not receiving it. Because we think it's an inconvenience, but it is just not an inconvenience. It is pleasure. If you do it from that space. So go back to your body, touch your body, touch your body, touch your body. Also, what we have within ourselves is generations of other women, right? And so part of also clearing all that stuff, I can now identify it in my body when it's something that it's mine and when it's something that is not mine. And something that is not mine might be ancestral, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, somebody around there, different fears that I have around my body or around being a mother that is not necessarily mine, it's ancestral. And so I had to figure out too, like ancestral healing was a huge part too of like, that's not mine. I'm letting it go. It ain't mine, but it's also my responsibility. It's not mine, but I have it. So it's my responsibility to work through it, move it along, and release it so the next generations doesn't get it. They don't get it. So touch is an amazing way of going. Making your shower time, bath time, that sacred space of you, yourself, touching in your body. Look yourself in the mirror. I love massages because massages are the only moment that I know that women can relax and receive, right? You're not in a massage table going, hold on, masseuse, give me your hand. Now I'm going to also massage your hand because you must be really tired. We don't do that. We really let ourselves receive in a massage, which is why it's so relaxing. The reason why it's so relaxing is because you're letting yourself receive. The reason why it's so pleasurable is because you're letting yourself receive. And that goes in all your life, and in all your business. So then it's so important then to be in the body and to be in that feminine and to be in that receiving when we create our business, because then we create our business from that intuitive space, because we create our business and the relationships around our business with that intention of like pleasure. Anybody that works with me, my intention is that they feel better. It's just an interaction with me. And that can even be like the person at the Starbucks, right? Like that can be anybody. Because make it focused and pleasurable and receiving, and I'm receiving their energy and then I'm giving them back. We're so scared of other people's energy that we buried ourselves in our phones and in our heads. And that's a very lonely place to be. Even though social media is a way of connecting, it's a very lonely place to be. And our bodies are not meant to be that. Our bodies are meant to touch each other, feel the energy. And that's where your business can be co-created with that type of energy. We can have the opportunity to release so much of our ancestors. Yes, we do. We have that opportunity. And also there are things that we get to say. I do believe that I am in this space speaking about this because there were many women in my line that were not allowed to. They were very wise and they very much knew a lot about sexuality and sensuality, but they were not allowed to because of the times. And so that's also me doing this here with you right now. It's healing an ancestor line of women that have been shut off. Every time I share something on Instagram, every time I share something about sexuality, sensuality, every time I talk to my family about, my mom still goes, when I go, oh yeah, the clitoris, my mom still goes, Virginia. And I go, Mom, that's just a part of the body. It's okay. You can relax your body. It's fine. That's also healing, right? Conversations about that are not pushing. They're just sharing from that space. Yes, I became their voice. And it's healing. And it's healing also the next generations. So any questions so far about the concept that we don't think straight when we're addicted in sexual relationship? Right. Okay. That's a great concept, that we don't think straight when we're addicted to sexual relationship. Okay. There's two parts to this, but there's many parts to this question. So I'm gonna try to answer as quickly as possible, because I can just literally go for an hour about this. The reason why a lot of people get addicted to a person, of course, there's hormones, there's attachments, and there's that, but also because we are meant to have sex with, and sexuality and pleasure with all of our body, right? And so it's in Tantra, they call it, sex, love, and consciousness. They're the three things that you sort of breathe in. That's why there's a lot of breath during, sensual and sexual encounters with the person. There's sometimes that I just breathe with my husband, and it's one of the most connecting things ever, when you're just looking at somebody and connecting and bringing that energy into the heart and just breathing into the heart and then bringing that energy into the consciousness. So if we all of the sudden, by either mistake or because somebody opened up our heart, sort of we experience that, we want more of that, right? The thing is, that's how it should be all the time, not only with a partner, but with yourself, that you can achieve and create that energy and open up your heart and feel the vastness of love and pleasure that the world has to, that your body is meant to experience. And through your whole body, by the way, we have 3,000 types of orgasms. It's not just one or two types of orgasms, meaning like there's so many, so much. Like you can have an orgasm out of your like, you know, your eyebrows, but we just focus on one part. And so then there's this like attachment that we feel like, oh, this person is the one that's giving it to me. But in reality, you got opened up, but you can be opened up that way in any kind of way. That is my take on that specific thing. What is one thing that we can start doing to get more in touch with our body? The one thing that you can do, get more in touch with your body, is first make peace with your body. Make peace with it. How do you make peace with it? It's a whole, right? It can come from different places. I work on it on a daily basis to make peace with my body, because I still live in this world. I still get all the ads and all the stuff of like, you should look skinnier, you should look like this, you should look like 20 years old, you should like, your boobs should be up, or your boobs should be, you know, all that stuff. One of the things that I did do is that I gave my family very strict boundaries. They are not allowed to comment to my body. Nobody. If you know me, if you're good friends with me, that's one of the rules, being friends with me. You are not allowed to comment on my body, whether that is like, you look so skinny, you look, did you gain weight? Or like, oh my God, no, there's other ways to compliment a person besides their body. I don't comment on anybody's body. So I don't want anybody to comment on my body. That's me and my relationship with it. That's no other person's business. And so I put very strong boundaries with my family. You're not allowed to talk about my body because, you know, we're Latinas. I know, I understand. My whole family, the moment that I arrived to Mexico, is like, Dios mío, pues ganaste unos poquitos kilos. No, ese pantalón no te queda bien. Ay, hija, ponte esto, no te ponga. That's the whole, right? Anybody can relate to that? And I was like, I need you to stop. I need you to stop. And if you don't stop, then I'm not going to come over anymore. I am willing to risk that relationship in order for me to keep my relationship with my body, which is the most important of all the relationships. Even with my husband, with anybody, the most important relationship that I have is with my body, because my body is the sacred space where I connect with God, where I connect with pleasure, where I connect with my dreams. So that is the number one relationship that I have, is the container where I experience life. So nobody can come between me and it. And so I put boundaries, you know, that. So I don't have that close people to me commenting, but I still live in this world and I still get, you know, either looks or comments or, you know, social media stuff, the people commenting on my body, all that stuff. And so it's a constant work that I have to do. I do a lot of exercises for looking myself in the mirror with candles, with beautiful music, and literally looking at every part. 10-minute clock, 10 minutes, put 10 minutes on your clock, put a beautiful music, and really admire every part of your body. Wow, thank you, breasts, for allowing me to feel like this, like a woman, like sensuality. We're allowing me to feel my pleasure. Thank you, fingers, for allowing me to hold all this deliciousness. I was just on the beach and like feeling the sand, and thank you, every single part of it. It's a commitment to getting back to it and to look myself in the mirror naked every day, every day, every day. Because it's not right. People are like, it's a shock because you don't see yourself naked more often. I also look at my vagina very often, because why another person is more familiar with my vulva than I am? Why? I mean, it's beautiful that my partner is very familiar with it, but at the same time, he shouldn't be more familiar than I am with it, right? And so go truly dip in it. And then when you truly are past it, when you truly, not past it, but when you truly are more within depth of it, then you can start creating from that space because you trust it. No, we are meant to get pregnant not generally by kids, but by dreams and creativity. And I go into nature and I go in the ocean and I do meditations where I'm breathing in through my vulva and I let it. It's like universe impregnate me with ideas, impregnate me with ease, and let me know how to receive, right? The ocean is a beautiful, for me, it has been so healing. It's a beautiful way of allowing me to receive because the ocean gives and receives, and that is the wave, right? And so I lay in there and I let it hit me and then give it, and then I let it hit me and then I give it. And that becomes your existence. That becomes your life. That becomes how you create your business. That becomes how you create your relationships. This ease and flow. I put on a love song and dance to it in front of the mirror and sing it to me. Yes. Quiero verde, café Tacuba. I love that song. Yes, I love that song so much. Yes, put a song that makes you feel good and look yourself. Look at yourself. Truly look at yourself though, right? Like not like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. You should not be uncomfortable looking at your naked body. Yes, there are other places, other people outside that are telling you that you should be skinnier, buy this, buy that, blah, 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 no cellulite, da, 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 da. But when you're just you with yourself, when you're embodied, none of that matters. None of that matters. It just does not matter because you are within it. When I was the skinniest I've ever been, I was so disembodied, you guys. I was like so outside of myself. And I still felt so not worthy of whatever. And have you ever looked at yourself at pictures like of you in high school? And, you know, we all in high school like thought, yeah. And then I look at myself and I'm like, God damn it, I was so gorgeous. Why did I waste any time just trying to compare myself to others, thinking that I should lose weight or thinking like, why did I lose that time? Well, now I'm wiser, right? And so are you. And we can have a different relationship with our body. We can have a different relationship with ourselves. And you can create from that space. Anybody else? Thank you, everybody, for participating and being a part of this beautiful. I love creating containers like this. I make it a point to go on dates with myself. And now I'm thinking I can end those dates by looking at myself in the mirror and going, yes, dates with yourself are beautiful. Dates with yourself that you can find pleasure. I also try to find pleasure every single day of my life. Every single day. Because that is receiving. So whether that is like drinking something beautiful, right? Like, oh my God, like this water is just, or sometimes I'm driving and I go, I really want to lay it down on that grass. I have 5 minutes. If I have 5 minutes to be on my social media, I pull over and I lay down on the grass and I just feel it and it causes me pleasure. The food that you eat should cause you pleasure. Do not eat unconsciously watching TV or in a hurry or like really truly have every single bite and cause you pleasure. You can eat healthy and still causing you pleasure. You know, it's not, this is the first thing about this. You're welcome. You know, people's favorite food for the most part are foods that you can eat with your hands. You know, a lot of people are like, you know, pizza or tacos and I always ask them why. You know, it's just a whole experience, you know, when you eat your food with your hands and are so in touch with your food, like you're just like in it, right? It's like in it. And that is pleasure. And so find pleasure every single day. Not in everything that you're doing, maybe, because there's parts of you that have to be in that focused energy, and that's totally fine. But then what can you do to be in the feminine? I'm going to give you a couple things that I did too as an experiment, and they really, truly worked for me. I flipped a couple of the things that I usually do in the masculine and the feminine. So taxes. I used to do taxes like so focused on my computer and I had to, and I was like, what if I do taxes like in the ground? I put candles, I put like, you know, like a little like nice outfit and I just kind of So I'm in the floor and I'm putting like and I had so much fun doing my taxes. I was panicking when I would see my bank account because I was taught, scarcity and like, I need more. I always need more. And so I was like, I want to change that relationship with my bank account. So what can I do? So experiment. I started touching myself while watching my bank account and having an orgasm, a type of orgasm. I call them type of orgasms because I just told you there are 3,000. So that's just one type of orgasm by watching the numbers. And so now my bank account is very pleasurable to me, right? I don't do that anymore, but in my body, what we put in our bodies, like our body goes, ooh, that felt good. Ooh, yeah, that's right. And another thing is like we change it completely all the time. Because today I like this type of water, tomorrow I might not like it, and the next day I might like it again. So feel free to experiment with your life. Not because since you were a kid, you like vanilla ice cream means that you have to have vanilla ice cream in your 40s because that was your favorite when you were 6. Explore what are also other, you might still like it, but is it really your favorite? Or can you explore more? Or are you putting yourself in a little box? It's so much pleasure to explore yourself, explore your body, what it's feeling good to eat, what it's feeling good to move, because I used to do CrossFit and my body used to love it. Right now, my body is absolutely not. Right now, it requires extension and attention and movement and breath. So my type of movement right now, it's different, but we try to like put ourselves in boxes. Like I'm a CrossFitter. I might do this. I do that. Like, move yourself around. You're constantly evolving. So really, truly, it's also part of like, will I like this? And that goes for your sexuality too. There's 1,000 million entries to your sexuality. There's 1,000 million entries to your pleasure. And we just get focused on one. It's like, oh yeah, I have an orgasm like A, B, C, D. Okay, but also you can have an orgasm with the rest of the letters, right? And you can have other types of orgasm with other types of the letters. So you cannot get stuck in one thing. The world is so vast. Your body is so vast. Your pleasure is so vast. And your creation is so vast. So big. Don't get stuck in one thing because at one moment you liked it. Wonderful, you liked it. There's more information to be receiving. And how do we receive that information? By being in a receiving mode, by allowing yourself to be open and truly receive. Truly, truly receive. I love having these conversations. Thank you for allowing me to. Thank you for allowing me to be here and sharing this with you guys. It really, truly gives me a lot of pleasure to be here and sharing this with all of you. You're welcome. It is my pleasure. To finish this off, I want to tell you. Gracias, gracias, gracias. I love it so much. I receive all of your thank yous and your gracias. Las recibo con mucho amor. El regalo es todo mío. It has been really a pleasure. So I thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you have any questions, I am here to serve you. I am here to help you. Look me up over here in Amigas. Follow the posts that I'm that I'm posting, and connect with me. I love to connect with you and hear your stories. I learn from every single one of you. Your stories matter. Your body matters. Your sexuality matters. And your pleasure matters. And that's the most important thing. Find pleasure today. One thing today that you can do that causes you pleasure. That's your assignment today. One thing that causes you pleasure. Pleasure. And then not only do the thing, but also receive the thing. It's one thing to like, oh, I'm touching myself, but am I receiving this touch? Oh, I'm drinking this water that is delicious, but am I receiving the water? Truly think about that. I am loving it so very much. So thank you, everybody. And I'll leave you with that. Do something that causes you pleasure today and truly receive it. Truly, truly do. And see what else you can receive this week. All right. Thank you so, so much. I love you all. Bye-bye.